and it looks like it's going to have to be modified straight out of the packet. So what's unusual about that? Just to give you an idea of how much this thing weighs. Interesting. This has the same part number as the turbo one. However, it doesn't appear to be the same. Are you at all surprised? A little bit, yeah. Carry rear wheel bearing. That was shot anyway, needed doing. Well, it's getting done. All I'm going to be using is maybe the shaft and the brake backing plate. Everything else is going to the tip. That's all for sale on Yahoo Auction, one or the other, whichever comes first. Alright, what we've got here is we've got the turbo and the NA. Some calipers. Right, we've got they are, let's see, 24 mil. It's the turbo, and that's exactly the same, 24 mil. So they're the same thickness. The ends look to be the same. The taper. This tapers down after 69 millimeters, and this is exactly the same here. But if we look at this end, from this edge here, what do we got? We start to taper off this shiny area after 43 millimeters, whereas this one, it's here. So this one stays fatter for longer along here. That's the only difference. But they have the same part number, same Suzuki part number. I don't know why that would be. Why would they be different? Well, actually, in the manual, it lists this as being number 11, 12, or 13. So maybe this is an 11 and this is a 12. But they are all the same. I'm not sure which one I should use. Probably that one, because it stays fatter longer. Maybe it's going to be stronger. This one's already stripped, so I think I'll just use this. Oh, I have to strip this one to get the backing plates off anyway. Interesting though, this came out really easy. Also that on one of the turbo shafts, the bearing had covers on both sides. This one only has cover on one side. The same as one of these. One of these only had cover on one side as well. I wonder if I'm going to cut that off or whether I'm going to try and bearing pull it off. The manual actually says cut them off, believe it or not. Alright, check out this rear shock. Ready for this? Yeah, it's not much of a shock at all. What is a shock is how fucked it is. There is absolutely no... Oh, the return, I've got a little bit of... It's a bit hard to return, but as far as pushing it in goes, you just... Nothing. Maybe that's what it's supposed to do. I'm not really sure, but that's really quite fucked in my opinion. I thought they were supposed to have some kind of... That's got no shock absorbing properties at all. How can I bring myself to put this back in the truck after going to all this trouble? Although it's only 2 bolts to change it out, so put it in just temporarily. I mean, that's really quite terrible. Fucking garbage. Let's look at the other one. This is how it was when I pulled it out of the car. Oh, that one's a little bit better. Oh, no, it's not. Fucking garbage. Okay, well, I need new shocks. I knew that. Get these. I'm not sure if I need these. I've got, I don't know whether you can see it, can you? If you look there, there's a box. That box has different leaves in it. So I won't be using these leaves. These leaves are the standard DB52T carry truck leaves. Those ones over there are, I think they're DA65. I won't know again until I pull them out. I bought them because they've got less of a slope on here, so they actually lower the truck. They're on there tight. Okay, there's that. Now do you just lift off? You do! Great. Let's get this off. Sweet. Crack it. Could really just cut these off. I don't want them. I'm not sure if anyone else will either. If I go back to a normal diff, I believe, and I'll have to check this, but I believe that the regular diff, the regular center will bolt up to the turbo housing anyway. So I don't think I need this at all, any of it. I've got new, well this line is different on the turbo. This one's the same part number, but I have a brand new one. It was like, well, I don't know, it was really cheap, so I just bought brand new. No point using old if you can get new crazy cheap, so I just did that. Okay, you're loose. Right, slide hammer. Someone told me about this trick. If you don't have a slide hammer, it was Grant actually. Shout out to Grant for this trick. I'm not sure if it's going to work. It didn't work on the turbo housing, but that had been worked on by an arsehole. So what you do is you put the hub on, and then just 2 bolts will be fine. Just loosely, so you've got some thread there to slide on, and you use it like a slide hammer. And it's not working here either. What if I get my back into it? Nope. Okay. That didn't work. I'm guessing that will work if the diff is actually on the car, but it doesn't work here. back to the slide hammer. Maybe this one's tough like the turbo one was. Who knows? Well, we'll find out in a second though. Alright, here we go. Let's wind that on a little bit more. Oh, this one's on tight. Oh no, there we go. It's almost out. There we go. Easy. This bearing. Wow, that's fucked anyway. This diff was fucked and needed doing. That makes me feel better. I thought I was pulling apart something that was perfectly fine. It wasn't. Hardly surprising. This is in good condition. And a similar story, or same story, but this has got that cuts in earlier than on the turbo one. That is all now unneeded. That is it for this episode. Thanks very much for watching. If you'd like to support the show, head over to the Garage K Facebook page and purchase one of my keyrings, or put your name on my door. Thanks again. See you in the next episode, guys. Later. Waiting a long time for this.